gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Jabes.
What's up?
What isn't up, Jabes?
What isn't up?
Yeah, dude.
My spirits.
Oh, your spirits aren't up?
No, I mean they are. It's just Monday.
Yeah, it is Monday,
Get
isn't
it going.
Oof.
Time to get it
it?
going.
We went hard this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
We went real hard this weekend.
I blacked out.
And threw up all over the house.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that puke on the rug upstairs?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it was. There was 409 up there. Right? Isn't that the carpet cleaner?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he puked all over the floor. Jabes got into a little bit of beer pong
Yes. Well,
over the
yeah.
weekend. That took a lot of people down.
Took a lot of people down. Then we had this thing called Jimmy Juice, which is not okay.
Jimmy Juice is
It's not okay. It's a Red Bull.
A-okay.
It's a Red Bull, sweet, sugary, grapefruit, deep eddy
Yep.
situation
Great.
that has taken a lot of college kids down in Wrightsville Beach.
A lot of liqueur in there. And let me say this, Jimmy. Your juice was every bit as sweet in my mouth as I needed it to be.
Sure.
Oh, man.
Sure.
It was almost as if Jimmy's entire penis was in my mouth. That juice was amazing.
Oh, interessant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of it. I'd give him a shout out. Do you know the name of the place?
What, Jimmy's?
Yeah. It's just called Jimmy's?
Jimmy's, yeah.
Where is it? Where is it located?
Wrightsville Beach.
Okay, like, so when you drive in, is it that one bar that was always there with the dollars on the ceiling?
No.
Okay.
Is that Jimmy's?
You know where Jimmy's is?
No, that was Buddy's. So Jimmy's
Buddy's,
is like Red Dogs
Yeah.
and then Jimmy's,
Yeah.
right? And then Jimmy owns Red Dogs. It's kind of like this
Sure.
this very insider situation
We had a
that the
guy-
people don't really need to know about.
Named Al at Ohio State who owned like every bar. And finally, one bar opened that wasn't his, and they named the bar Not Al's.
Oh,
Yeah.
because every other bar was his.
Was owned by Al. Yeah, some version of that. But he had a cute nickname for every bar, you know, like Mean Mr. Mustards and things like that. We were just like, all right, let's get sexy with it.
That's fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed
That's
all
fun.
that. But Buddies and Jimmy's, like,
Sure.
let's get original.
Red
I
Dogs.
will say this, Jimmy, your juice is amazing. That took a lot of people down.
It took you down too.
Well, I mean, I was in fine spirits, obviously. You know?
Oh, okay. So it just took everybody else down besides you. And
No,
you
no,
were
no.
just
Look,
handling
I
life.
was absolutely rocked.
Sure.
But in a great way. You know, it felt great.
Sure.
And the Jimmy juice was flowing, baby.
Right.
You know I love a good slushy like that. Like one of those. Nothing's better than a painkiller with 2 shots in it. You know? Our beaches, by the way, were open here this weekend. I know Miami's had shut down. Our beaches were wide open, including Carolina Beach, which I was at. Got a little pink. I got a little red again, Jabes. You know? And when I get red like this, it just makes me want to party down there. There was a tiki bar that was open up on the pier.
Oh, yeah, you said.
Yeah. They did take painkillers off the menu. So I'm assuming people were really going for it.
Yeah.
There was about 40,000 people there out on the beach.
40,000?
Oh, God. It was so packed. I mean, it was crazy. Alec, you went to the beach, too. Your Alec's car was right ahead of mine. And on the way down to the beach, and I called him. And I was like, hey, man, what are you doing? He was going to go party with his mom down at the beach.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go, Alex.
How was your you went to, what's the name of Fort Fisher? Fort Fisher?
The drive-on beach.
Yeah. How packed was that?
The drive-on is North End.
No, there's 2 drive-ons. Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
South
okay.
End, yeah. I heard that's the classier one, by the way. So I was at the North End, the unclassier one, and you couldn't fit a fucking another person on that beach. No, nowhere near social distancing. People were absolutely raging, and I was there for it, Japes. I was there for it, Japes. But it was nice to have a tiki bar open again, where you're like, all right, cool. I'm sure that's going to be open for, I don't know, another 48 hours before everything else gets shut down.
Everything's closing back down.
Everything. All the states. Florida, Texas, California, LA is all shut down again. I don't know what's going to happen with his upcoming vote. That's the name of the show today, is no one will accept the vote. Looking at everything that's going on, you have sports, which I love, obviously. They're just kind of pretending this isn't going on right now. It's like, man, we're up to now 37 players from Clemson have tested positive for coronavirus at their training camp. We're kidding ourselves that we think sports is coming back on time. It's not. And they're predicting a second wave, I read today, in November. This feels like the second wave already, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who to believe in all that other bullshit, but I do know this. If we have that, no one will accept this vote on either side. I think 4 states have moved to mail-in balloting. And New Jersey is one of them, and there was just a charge today about voter fraud. 5 people got sentenced to jail for voter fraud today for mail-in voter fraud. And I don't think either side will accept this, no matter what, no matter what's going to happen. This chaos feels like it's just going to keep going for a long time.
Yep.
From both sides, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have half the states mailing in and then the other half trying to social distance, imagine when you go out and vote. If all this bullshit is still in place with masks and social distancing or whatever, you'll be standing in lines for hours and you probably won't be able to vote. Then I don't even know if the election will finish on time that night of November 3rd. And I don't know what to think. I don't know what the better strategy is. And I truly have no idea what's going to happen in this one. No idea. I'll be curious to see the debates. But I don't think whoever is crowned president that night, Republicans or Democrats, somebody's going to bitch about this, and this is going to go on forever. Yeah,
well, we've been dealing with it the entire time since Trump was elected. So
yeah, but I'm talking about this particular vote. If we didn't have a pandemic, I would have said otherwise. Like, you have no choice. Let's say there wasn't a pandemic at all. You have no choice but to accept who won on either side, and if you came out and voted or if you didn't, right? This time, though, you're going to be able to bitch forever and be like, I couldn't get to the phones because I was sick, or I didn't have my mail-in thing, and I didn't have this, and it's just going to keep ramping up harder and harder and harder and harder, like as all of this goes along. And we're 4 months out now. You believe that? Yeah. 4 months away from the vote. And I don't know if there's an end in sight for this pandemic bullshit.
No, I mean, they're definitely going to take it through the next election.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much bet on that happening, because there's no way that they're going to open things back up and get things back to normal right before the polls. No, there's
absolutely no way. And I look, I'm here for it. We're doing a live show from Austin, Texas, that night on election night. That's going to get buck wild.
That'll be interessant.
If you're in town, if you're in the Austin, Texas area, pop on down to Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Ice House, assuming any bars are open at that point. Who knows, man?
Well, they've closed back down in Texas.
They have, but we might have to rent it out for a private function.
Oh, there you go. Very, very.
I have a speakeasy for it, but we're going live one way or the other.
Very Kylie of you.
Why not?
So that's how they've been partying, is they would just rent out clubs because they're at that level of rich. So
it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, in California, since there's no bars and clubs open, they're just renting them out and having their family and friends go.
It's fucking awesome. And if you can do it, why not do it? Some friends of mine over the weekend, they threw us a going away party, which was nice. That Jimmy Juice we were talking about, they got it frozen in bags and took it to this party.
Oh, yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was fucking fantastic, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be doing a live election show that entire night. I have no idea what's going to happen. And I I've been trying to listen to everything across the board because people have been hitting me up too. I want to give everybody a shout out who's been writing in. A bunch of people wrote in and asked us to have like Joe Jorgensen on, which I didn't know was an actual candidate. I guess she's running for the Libertarian candidate. Absolutely. I reached out to her this morning. We got a weird like auto response back, and it was like, motherfucker, you have 40,000 Instagram followers. Like I'm getting an auto response from you.
Down.
Yeah. Sorry, we're getting slammed with messages. And it's like, no, you're not, dude. I have fucking 55-ish thousand followers. And it's just like, if you're over 100,000 or a million, sure.
Sure. You don't have time.
Sure. But typically, I'll respond to everyone at least once, you know? Can't do much more than that. But I can respond to everybody once with my own little fingers, you know?
Sure.
And I get way more followers than her. So we reached out to Joe Jorgensen. I'd like to hear what she says or her stance and, you know, feelings and thoughts on all of these issues that are coming up. Because I'm down for it. I just don't know who this is, and it's a weird one kind of thrown in there at the end. And I realize there's a lot of people, libertarians out there, looking for a candidate. I just don't know that this is necessarily your person. But one day there will be. One day there will be. And if her team reaches back out, we'll get her on Drinkin Bros or we'll get her on Patterson Revolution for sure. And we're not like gotcha people, so it's not going to be a gotcha type of show. But I'd love to have her on. We just don't hear anybody talking about her. No. And I've been kind of like combing through everything to get people's take and opinions on things. And there was an interesting one on Friday. I don't know if you heard Jon Stewart on Joe Rogan.
On Rogan, I didn't.
It was good. It was good. And it was honest. Like, I'm one of those people, I really don't care in real life what side of the fence you're on politically. Like, it's just, as long as you're a smart, cool person to hang out with, I don't really care.
Right.
Jon Stewart has always been a very thoughtful guy. And now, granted, if you're watching the video, which I did, if you watch the video, he looks like he's in a bunker of some sort.
Sure.
Even Joe Rogan mid-interview was like, hey, man, where are you?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm in the attic, like where my kids used to play. And he goes, that's kind
like
of where I've been relegated.
Yeah.
Like a chalkboard.
Uh-huh.
And Joe Rogan was saying the same thing that a lot of people have been saying about Jon Stewart. And he said it to his face. He goes, look, we miss you on television.
Right.
Why are you not on television, especially during times like this?
Right.
The interesting part about Jon Stewart was he quit The Daily Show like 6 months before the Trump election. So he missed like the prime end all be all, you know, moments of, and a lot of people still say to this day that he could have swayed that vote to Hillary. And I don't know. Like, Jon Stewart has a lot of power, and most of his power was coming from clips online. Same with a lot of these talk show hosts at night. And Rogan, look, Rogan the same way. These clips are racking up millions and millions of views that, let's say you don't have time to watch a Rogan show that's like 3 fucking hours long. Yeah. You can watch a good 10, 15-minute segment that gets to the meat and potatoes of what you're looking for in some of these things, and it's great. We do it for all of our shows as well, and it really kind of gives you a nice little overview. One of the things he was talking about on there was, well, let me finish this one thought on Jon Stewart. During this pre-election thing, with the millions and millions of listeners he has and followers, right? I think he could have switched because, like, Michigan came down to like 10,000 votes. You know, some of these states was razor thin. And if you're telling me Jon Stewart on air during that period couldn't have swayed the last bit of those voters, I think he probably could have.
He could have. A lot of people at that time were getting their news from him, like straight up
correct.
News.
And so, here's why I'm going with this is Joe, when he sat down and was chatting with him about it, he goes, why did you leave? You were the guy, you were the news guy or whatever. And he goes, man, I didn't want to be the news guy, but I got caught and into being the news guy where I had to report on everything that was going on that day. And he goes, look, man, you take a side one way or the other, whatever you believe in, and then people keep coming to you for that opinion on that side. Whatever, right. You know, obviously his was the left. And he goes, I was doing that job for 16 years. And he said there was moments that were too heavy for him that he was just like, you know, he goes, I was there during 9/11 and, you know, Benghazi and all these other, instances and all the shit and Aurora and all these things. And he's like, he goes, there's people that were coming to me for real news, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I was expected to make a statement and have this opinion on it or whatever. And he goes, sometimes I was exhausted and sometimes I didn't want to make an opinion, like I just felt devastated by the news that was going on and I didn't really want to talk about it. But he goes, I had to. And he goes, some of the nights I was there for my staff because my staff was going through things. One of the most interesting things he said about why he quit was he said he just got fed up with the news and that everything that he believed in felt like it was crashing in upon him, and that after 16 years of doing it, he didn't feel like he did any good, and that everything was going the opposite way of all of the things that he had talked about all these years and hoped for and made fun of and everything, and it just kind of came crashing down on him. And he goes, I simply got burnt out. And he goes, for real, like I just got fucking burnt out. And he goes, there was other guys that are doing it and are still doing it. Trevor Noah took over. John Oliver is doing it. And he goes, I just simply couldn't fucking do it anymore. And it was interesting to hear. Yeah. Because I think we're in a fortunate position, and I'm going to tie this back to a listener of the weekend hit me up and just said, hey, man, I love your show. I love listening to you and Jessie. It is my everyday driver. Like, I listen to you guys every single day, and I'm super grateful for it. And he goes, I don't know what I would do if you guys just stopped, and went off air. And I was like, I get it, man. There's people that I listen to and watch every day, and, like, I don't know what I would do either. He goes, would you guys ever quit? And I was like, no, we've been doing this, you and I think for 3.5 years at this point. Yeah. Maybe close to 4. I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Sure. It's the only time we actually talk to each other. So
yeah.
We've got to keep doing it.
As soon as we walk off the show, we go into separate lives.
Bye-bye.
Squadoosh. But I think the one thing we're lucky about for doing this show is we're not obligated to choose a side all the time. Now, granted, there's things that I believe in, but because of the times we've been on the show, right, for the last 3.5 years, Trump has been in White House and Republicans have had it. So I don't think you and I haven't been on air when a Democrat is in. So, like, right. I don't know what happens when Biden's going to win. Truthfully, I probably won't give a shit.
Well, because we would have to go the other way because we did give the Democrats so much shit for not accepting it.
Right. And here's the thing.
And we were definitely, I think, in the beginning sort of like, you lost. And now this is the president, and now here we go. And to which we would have to do the same.
No lie. And because, we're doing this live election show. If Trump loses and Biden wins, congratulations. That's the election. That's what a democracy is. You won, and I'm going to move on with my life and go to work the next day, like, every other fucking day.
Right.
Right? But I wasn't obligated like Jon Stewart was to this huge media conglomerate, which is like pumping, you've got to go left.
Right, and I'm sure Jon Stewart, because he is sort of a common sense guy as well.
Yes.
He is left, but he is middle left in that I think if he saw, was reporting on some of the things that are happening now, he would have to comment on
and look,
his party in a way that probably would lose him a bunch of, followers, listeners, whatever it may be.
He does a lot for first responders and all this other stuff, but luckily we can say whatever we want here, and I'm not, it doesn't really matter what happens, but for those guys, when your ad dollars are coming from the lefts like that, you don't really have a choice in the matter. And, a friend of mine is on the Daily Show, and I would be really curious. I don't think she would have this conversation on air, to be honest with you, but I'd be really curious behind the scenes to say, hey, what's it really like? And is there shit that you have to talk about that you don't want to talk about? I don't know if I would get an honest answer from her, but
not on the show, but maybe privately.
Yeah, because I would wonder what that's like and working in that environment every day. You and I just get to come on, fuck around all day, so it's great. And, whatever we talk about. But I would imagine that would be exhausting, and like hearing it in his voice, because I had always wondered why dip out during the Trump election. That's the craziest time in U.S. history. And this time will be even crazier.
Time to dip out.
If he wanted to come back, he obviously could. Anywhere he wanted to.
He obviously could in any way that he wants to, but he probably now, more than when he quit, is so happy that he made the decision that he made.
Yeah.
100%. You can't report in a real way right now. Like, you just can't.
He seemed really happy by it, and I had always wondered, and nobody had really asked. And this is what I love about this format that we get to chat about in every single day is you can go on forever, right? Whereas if you go on a Colbert or a Jimmy Fallon at night, you're getting an 8-minute segment and that's it. You can't fit a question that big inside of an 8-minute segment. You just can't do it. So to hear his story about everything that was going on made total sense, and that was always one of the biggest mysteries I had wondered about him, because you don't really know. And then you also wonder when you stop having fun doing it, you know?
Yeah.
What's going to re-energize you and why? I look at Conan O'Brien, who's, used to be one of my favorites. I don't watch his show, and I don't like the new format anymore on TBS. It's a half hour. Feels kind of forced and weird, and
I think because he's choosing not to do political stuff, right?
He's just having guests, and then he does podcasts. I mean, look, his podcast is huge, obviously.
Right.
But the funnest time in late night history was, to me, of all of these guys for all time, was Conan O'Brien when there was a writer's strike for like 8 months. And most of everybody shut down because they didn't have writers. And Conan didn't. He stayed open because he's a fantastic writer on his own.
He wrote for SNL for years.
Yeah, and he just did the show without a writer, and every night was just pure fucking chaos.
Madness, weirdness, like...
It was as weird and fun and amazing as it gets. And it looked like he was having the best time of his entire life.
Yeah.
And one night, they shut the lights off in the studio. There was like a power outage at NBC or something like that.
I feel like I remember this.
He did the whole show with flashlights on. And it was amazing. And I was just like, oh, man. That would be the best time ever. But with us, you and I get to come in and do this every day and kind of have the best time ever of like, all right, great.
Yeah.
Whatever we talk about. And I don't see this going away anytime soon or whatever. If we get ripped by some platform or whatever, like, fine.
Sure.
But, hopefully this continues on and all this shit. So we have no plans on stopping. Whoever messaged me that night, or over the weekend that night, look, we have no plans on stopping. I mean, obviously in Austin, we'll have to get set back up again in a new studio, but that's kind of it.
But our phone call, when we do phone-in interviews with each other, that's the weirdest. So we may have a real weird patch, which could be fun.
Yeah, because Jessie will be in L.A., and I'll be setting up in Austin for a couple days. And then, we'll have a bunch of weird shows coming up, so... we're amped about that.
I'll be in the thick of the shit, guys. I'll be in L.A.
Yeah.
The thick of the bullshit. I don't know what's going to be happening over there.
I think we'll be recording the audiobook there as well. So I feel pretty confident that my last pass will be done by then. So we can record that audiobook there as well. So maybe we'll get some of those weirdos on.
Sure.
Like David Quain and those guys.
Sure.
Quain's one of my favorites. If you don't know who that is, David Quain. He was in FDR American Badass. He played Mussolini, werewolf, and then he was the cook in Helen Keller versus Nightwolves. God damn it, that guy's funny, man.
He is really funny.
He just makes me laugh. Solid dude through and through. Him and Jessie Merlin.
Yeah.
Jesse Merlin's a great dude. He came and did some voices in the last book. We'll have him come out and do some in this one as well. But we're looking forward to that. And no, we're not stopping anytime soon.
Nope.
We'll just have a nicer, bigger studio and all that other shit.
For sure.
In Austin, Texas. And Jabes will be able... I really want to see you doing some cooking segments.
Yes.
And you'll have access to more food and fun shit there.
Yes.
So we'd like to get you out there.
We'll do some Tales from the Tailgate type of sitch.
Yeah.
Type of sitch. And
so I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And maybe some different kind of food guests. You're right, because it is a food town. That'll be so fun.
Be great. It'll be great. One thing that I've bitched about on the show for months and months and months is I wish there was a new social media platform. A bunch of you guys hit me up over the last 3 or 4 days and said, check out Parlor. Parlor is just opened, and it is supposed to be the new Twitter. Parlor is supposed to be the new Twitter. So I signed up for it over the weekend, and I've been checking out the app. There's a lot of people on there already.
Okay.
I was really surprised by that. Their interface still needs to improve as far as like news goes, because it's not. If it can just pop up like Twitter does, the news and trending and all that other shit, congratulations, you're in the game.
Sure.
So they're billing this as you can say whatever you want. We're not going to fucking shut you down for any reason whatsoever.
Oh.
Yeah. Obviously probably no like blatant hate speech, like, can't be using N-words and things like that. But,
it kind of has to be all or nothing, unfortunately.
Maybe it is. I don't know. So I've kind of just been spending a couple days with it here. And there is, in the last week alone, there is 1.5 million people who have now joined Parlor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people. And this Dan Bongino, he's become like a higher up guy on the right.
Okay.
I don't want to say he's at a Hannity level because he's not, but he's on pace. You can tell he does a lot of shit on Fox News. He already has 700,000 followers on Parlor. And I was like, shit. And they're just kind of separating the news together on here. And it's a bunch of news stories. The affiliates aren't like, the New York Times and all that shit yet, but they're getting there. Like the New York Post is on here and things like this.
Okay.
Right now it seems kind of like a right-leaning type sitch, but apparently, as I was studying up on it over the weekend after everybody sent it to me, it is a bunch of the people on the right who were silenced on Twitter and starting to get banned, where they were just like, man, fuck this. Let's all just move over to Parlor and just do it, like, so we can beat this and we don't have to get flagged by posts. Because a bunch of people were posting things over the weekend, they were getting unfairly flagged on Twitter. And this movement has been building to, like, finally, like Senator Rand Paul was just like, hey, everybody, we're moving over to Parlor. Let's get the fuck off of Twitter. And I was like, whoa, shit. All right, cool.
Okay.
All it takes is the proper marketing and a few people to jump, and you're pretty much good to go on shit like this. So
yeah, we'll see. I mean, their interface needs to be good.
Yeah, so he's on there right now. It says, make Parlor your new social media home. We won't stop on your right to speak up. Now, the president of Parlor has come out today and said, hey, guys, it would be great if we had some more people from the left on there as well. Like, everybody is welcome to this site.
Right.
But, I feel like Twitter is already so far left that it's like, I don't know if you're going to get those guys. And then do you start divvying it up? And what happens then? If the right goes to Parlor and the left goes to Twitter, and then how do you start cutting deals as far as what news goes there? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's interesting, and I looked into it. My only caveat for the audience is they just need to fix the homepage a little bit better, where they need a trending section like Twitter. That definitely helps, so you can see what the top stories are.
Right.
And their news sources are good. Like, there's a bunch of people that are news-wise, like newspaper-wise, that are on there, like the New York Post and things like that. It's brand new, but it needs to be expanded a little bit. But they're on the right path. It was easy to use, and it's very, very similar to Twitter. So who knows? Maybe that is the new world. Facebook, by the way, has been the hot button topic here. We talked about this like a week ago, where big brands were starting to back off of Facebook. The list is growing now. A week ago, when you and I chatted about this, it was North Face. North Face was the first one in, REI, and
Patagonia.
Patagonia, right? And we were like, oh, okay, cool. Today, It's Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Coca-Cola is out. Honda is out. There's some heavy hitters that are now leaving Facebook and are pissed off about it. I don't know what the answer is on this. If everybody starts leaving, it'd be great. I said this a week ago. It'd be fucking fantastic if Facebook just cratered. But you're heading in that direction. Who else is left here? Oh, that's right. Levi Strauss left today. JanSport. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
get yourself a
take
JanSport.
me back. Take me back.
Hershey's Squirts.
Lean Fisher.
Eddie Bauer, which I didn't know was still a company.
Coca-Cola. Nobody cares.
Let's
You'll be
see.
fine.
Ben and Jerry's.
Obviously.
All right, dog.
Change makers. Ben and Jerry.
Patreon is left.
All right.
Yeah, Starbucks. Really?
Wow.
All right.
Upwork.
Unilever is left.
Verizon. Nobody
Holy
cares.
shit. Well, look, half the nation is Verizon.
I'm just joking.
You're either Verizon or AT&T.
Right.
Whenever I call somebody and they're like, oh, man, my T-Mobile's not working here, I'm like, the fuck do you have T-Mobile?
Why are you on that?
Yeah, why
Sprint?
are you on that? Yes. If
Please
ever I get
don't get
somebody
me started.
who's got a Sprint.
They're one now.
Yeah, though they merged. Yeah, either way, congratulations. It's like it's like marrying your fucking cousin.
Yeah.
You know, is there a winner in that sitch?
Sure.
That baby ain't going full term.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So, is there a winner in that situation? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably fucking not. Those eyes are going to be real close together on that first birth. It's a 7-monther. That's going to be happening there. Fucking T-Mobile and Sprint. Come on, man.
Sure.
Come on. I want to get into Yellowstone, Jabes.
Please.
It's back.
It's back. Thank the Lord.
We said we would talk about this live on air because it was the funniest goddamn thing that ever happened to us that Alec has ever done in his young career.
The timing could not
have been better.
Put
her up on the screen. Her name is Tater.
Of course you are,
Are they calling
Alec.
her Teeter? We're watching Yellowstone. It's the new season last night. Cole Hauser, babe.
Yeah.
Cole Hauser. I mean, we can
He's
hire...
really becoming the star of the show.
He is. We can hire a girl cowboy, you know? Mm-hmm. What the fuck's she saying? Does she just call me a motherfucker?
Right.
Does she just call me a motherfucker, babe?
Right.
You hit us up. I mean, literally, we were watching that part of the show.
And we were
Alec,
even watching it a little bit later. So we were like holding it so that we could
we were like 6 minutes behind.
Go through the commercials.
Yeah.
So we were even a little bit behind. So the timing of your text could not have been
more on the money. She had just come on screen and she had just left. Her scene had just left, and then it pops up, and you said, "We got to get Tater on the show."
But the way that he said it, how did he say it? Yeah, so we should try and get Tater on the show. Tater.
So Jessie and I have this thing of what movie or what show are they in? We say this to each other.
Yeah.
When we see somebody that has shown up in a TV show or a movie that is playing a completely different character.
Completely different
than
type
what
of
that
character.
show needs.
Way over the top.
Yeah. That was
fakey in a real show where you can almost not even understand Kevin Costner because he's so low and playing it so natural. And Cole Hauser, as we know, that's his just baseline.
Pop up a picture of Cole Hauser in Yellowstone.
So this girl comes on the screen and
Hey, motherfucker.
Hey, it's Tater. She doesn't look like the part. She's sounding way over the top.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with the hair. It was not who I would have cast if I were reading that character. It was 100%. And I don't know what's going to happen. I think we'll see an evolution possibly, but I may hate her the entire show.
They should have got the woman who played Calamity Jane in Deadwood. Now that would have been believable of like
something like that where we're all on the same page as far as what show we're in.
Yeah.
And like maybe we do a read through.
Mm-hmm.
And in the read through, maybe we tell her to take it down a notch.
But Cole Hauser, babe. Well, I've gotten a lot of comments on Cole and what my zoom into Cole, babe. What my feelings are on fucking Cole Hauser in this show. I love him. First of all, I've always been a huge Cole Hauser fan.
Yes.
And Yeah.
Who's he with? I always like to
arrested
know,
for
like,
what, babe?
what kind of gal?
Oh, who he's married to? I have no idea. But go back to the Yellowstone picture real quick. Specifically the picture from Yellowstone.
Sure.
Okay, that one's fine. You can pop that one up, right? So yeah, put that up on the side. Here's the deal with Cole Hauser in Yellowstone. I've gotten this. Why did he dye his beard black? Why did he go and then dye his hair black? Right? Because people are like, hey man, we know Cole Hauser, babe. He's got red hair. He's always had red hair.
Sure.
Why did he just ferment it and dye the beard black and the hair black? Here's what happens when you get gray hair, Japes. When it's that gray, you don't have a choice but to go black. That's the only thing that's going to deaden that gray, right?
Yeah, that's really going to cover it for sure.
Yeah. So
for sure.
He doesn't really have a choice in that matter. However, still super pimpy in that show.
Oh, yeah. And it's working for his character. He's kind of a darker figure.
The whole thing.
We're not really sure what his deal is.
Yeah.
The kid who played him, I don't know how they get these kids that look exactly.
Casting's done a great job with those kids.
Exactly like them.
Yeah.
And act like them too. Amazing.
Yeah. Really good. Really good.
So,
Type in who Cole Hauser's married to.
I just like to,
Who's he married to, babe? So do I. I want to know who he is.
You never know.
Oh, no
Cynthia
shit.
Daniel, who is from what?
She's got an identical twin sister.
Fun.
Named Brittany Daniel. And
fun.
Yeah. Brittany used to date Vin Diesel.
Okay. Are they the sweet?
They back in the
Sweet
day.
High something.
Yeah.
Something?
These girls
Sweet
were
Valley
on
High?
fire back in the day. And they said
Okay, I know who it is.
parties at their house all the time. They're actually a fucking blast. And anyways, is that who he's married to now?
He's married to the sister.
Yeah. They're identical twins, so who cares?
I mean,
good for him.
They're not identical, but
Well, you grow up and things change.
well,
Yes,
one looks different.
Well, you can't, as a twin, you
just
can't
saying.
each go and get work done at the same time. They're identical twins.
Look,
Come on, babe. They're fucking identical twins, babe.
one is Brittany, and the other one is the other one.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Come
I'm
on,
saying?
babe.
So
Come on. The sister was in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia too. She played the dude. She had a dick the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They've been actors forever and ever and ever.
I love that for him.
So do I. They're both cool. So good. That's a
for
sweet
him.
one. That's a strong one. Go for Cole Hauser, babe.
Good for Cole.
Go for Cole Hauser.
I
babe.
will say the chemistry between Cole and the main character that he is with in Yellowstone.
Yeah, that weird chick. Big fan of her.
I'd be
She's so fucking weird, and I like it.
yeah.
I like it. I didn't like it when the show started. Now I'm into it. And I'm like, all right, great.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we heard her in an interview, and she had like a British accent.
Yeah.
And we were like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course she's fucking British. She's good. My only gripe is she's trying to play. They keep saying that she's 35 over and over and over again.
They have to keep saying it. I'm not sure
don't know
why
why.
they do. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't
Remember
matter.
the other
and
character
nobody's
that
buying
died?
that
They
she's
kept
35 years old.
they
How old is she in
kept
real life?
saying he
She's
was-
42.
But
She'll be 43 next month. Yeah.
they
Why
kept
are we keep
saying
she's
the
35
other
years old?
character was 38.
The brother who died, yeah.
But like to a degree where you're like, what is the significance of continuing to tell us that this guy
Brother look 50.
man
Brother
is
look 50
38?
years old.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No idea, but she's good. We enjoy the show.
In all the lines are sort of like, in all of my 35 years.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
you're
like,
like, yeah, I get
I
it.
know.
You're 35.
We're 35.
You're
She was a
35
what?
years old. She was in Sherlock Holmes.
Of course
Never
she
fucking
was.
saw that because
Of
I
course
don't
she was.
do
No
shit
one
like
would
that.
know.
I don't do shit like her. I'm not watching the Sherlock Holmes remake. You know what else I'm not watching? Is this bullshit DIY Princess Bride reading.
Oh, yes.
Not doing that.
No.
Not doing it. People are doing it from their phones in their houses, and there's like 60 actors, and they're all going to read like, each a scene from Princess Bride. Stop doing this shit.
No,
Hollywood
Princess
shut down.
Bride
That's it.
is available for you to watch.
You can watch the entire movie probably for free on Amazon Prime right now. Highly recommend go watch Princess Bride instead of all these other fucking cheesy, shitty interactions. The one that I had meltdown with over the weekend. You know this.
You had a real reaction to this.
Josh Gad has been doing these cast reunions of like 80s movies and getting the cast back together. And then the one I watched over the weekend was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've talked about it numerous times on this show. He got all the cast back together for it. And he's making them read like scenes that he likes from the movie. So you have, you can put their pictures up on the screen right there. Pop that up on the screen, just their pictures. Good. So from far left is Jennifer Grey. There's Alan Ruck, who played Cameron. Obviously, Ferris Bueller himself is in the middle. Now, the other one is Sloane, and she doesn't look anything like she used to. And then there's Josh Gad, obviously. Sure. They had the parents on there as well.
Yeah, I remember they were
and Ben
dating.
Stein.
Yeah.
And Ben Stein was on the show as well. And I'm fine with it. I don't like making actors read their own lines and shit like 80 years later, where it's just like, man, the weird thing about it is the voice tone of Matthew Broderick is identical. Hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I mean, he still sounds like Ferris Bueller.
He does.
Where everybody's voice is different. I went back and re-listened to the first episode of Drinkin Bros podcast. My voice is 100% different than that now.
It is?
Oh, it's so different. And typically it is. It changes over the years. I don't know what he's done to maintain it, but the way he was reading it was like, oh my God, you're identical. It's still the same way. But you could tell that's like
Alan
the
Ruck,
second,
he's definitely older, different. His voice is different.
But after the second scene, you could tell the actors were kind of fed up with it, where they were like, all right, cool. How long is this going to go on? And then it was like 8 more scenes, and I felt super cringy after that.
I just don't love the dance monkey situation.
Right.
Like dance for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is all you do, especially if it's in an interview.
Yes.
Hate that on late night shows where they're like, okay, we'll just like sing a part of it. And you're like, oh, okay. What? Danny Trejo on Life Lessons and Anthony Bourdain. When? What?
When is this?
It's just on their website. That's right up you guys.
Oh, well, look, Danny Trejo is doing.
Okay.
Danny Trejo is doing a documentary. He's already shot it. The trailer's out for it already.
He was on he was on either No Reservations or
Oh, gotcha.
Parts Unknown or whatever.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with this show whatsoever that we're talking about, Alec. But
sure, but thank you. No, yeah.
But this one, I had to watch one more, and I was like, man, is it this cringy? Like all of these, it was.
It was.
I popped on over to Ghostbusters, and they got Bill Murray somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know how they got Bill Murray. I mean,
Super jealous. Proceeds are going to charities.
Charity there. Yeah.
So I think in these times, especially when you have nothing going on, you should probably be doing stuff for charity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With Bill Murray, he told a story in this Ghostbusters one that he goes, man, I knew we had a great movie when the director invited me over to his house. Remember, he invited all of us over to his house to watch this scene of us in the banquet hall, and we were kind of nuking the big, green thing or whatever. And he goes, I didn't know if this movie was going to be any good. And he goes, man, the director invited all of us over, and we got to watch this scene. And he goes, after that, man, I remember coming into work Monday morning just energized, like I knew this was going to be a smash hit movie, and it was going to be just one of the biggest things in my career. And he goes, you guys remember that? It was like 9 people from the cast there. No one.
Remembered?
Not remembered. They had never heard of this, been there or whatever. And it was just like,
did they not go? What was the joke of it? Because I never know with Bill Murray what he's doing.
So do I. It turns out there was no joke. There was no bit. And my personal guess is that Bill Murray probably just got invited himself, because he's Bill Murray. It was like, hey, man, why don't you come over and watch a couple scenes with me or whatever. And the rest of the cast didn't get invited. But in his mind, he was like, oh, yeah, remember we were all there.
Did it, yeah. You never know. That long ago.
Well, Sigourney Weaver was on there and looks great, by the way. Still holds up, and she's still the exact same where she's very sharp.
Right.
She was like, no, don't remember that.
We didn't go, Bill.
And people don't know that if it's a bit or not. And it was like, it wasn't a bit, and it just kept going. And it was like, oh, God damn it, man. That's why this format is no good for him,
Yeah.
It's a hard one to watch. And
Yeah.
everybody's on Zoom, and so you're hearing these robot voices and shit, and you're like, you have this much talent from all of your favorite shit, and you're hearing these there's weird like in and outs robot voices, and they're in these rooms where the lighting sucks and everything. They did The Breakfast Club.
Oh,
and,
They've
Judd
done a bunch of them. They've been doing them for a while, so
Judd Nelson looked like he was in a dark room with like a red light on.
like you could barely see him.
Barely see him. It looked like he was playing like a devil from like a 1982 movie or something, where you're just like, oh, what are we doing? Yeah, it's hard to watch. So it kind of got my gears a little bit, you know.
It really
Kind of grated my cheese, Jabes. You know,
it really did.
it did. But I was thinking about like what my favorites movies are, and if you get those cast back together now, and it's like, what would that look like? Tombstone would be one for me, but you can't get Val back now.
You can.
Doesn't have a voice.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's he's got to use like a voice box, and if he talks like, because he's got a tracheotomy.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at him. Put Val Kilmer up on screen. So, first of all, I like the Indian garb.
Yeah.
That he's going with.
He's gone real
good with.
native.
By the way, his biography just came out and ended up on the New York Times bestseller list. So I was super amped to see that at least. But he has to wear this scarf around his neck to cover up the hole. So it's like one of those people they bring into like your high school class about like the dangers of smoking.
Right, but I think if you cover it, you can talk. You just need to.
Yeah. So
Not sure, but anyway,
you can talk a little bit
that
or whatever.
would
But I was
be
like,
rough for
so
sure.
The weird part about it was, and this was just my thought, like, didn't check anything, didn't look anything, whatever. But I was like, what would be my favorite movies that I would want to see the cast reunited in like a real way if they were all fucking cool, right? It was Tombstone, Top Gun,
right,
and probably Real Genius. Like those were my Real Genius is one of my favorites. All three Val Kilmer movies.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing. Later on that night, someone had started a poll of like the top Val Kilmer movies.
Okay.
And Real Genius came in at number one. Real Genius and Tombstone were onesie twosies and that. And I was like, holy shit. So I think people are interested in trying to get these groups back together and chat about it, you know?
Right.
But God damn it, man, we don't have Val back. So like, he was half my favorite movies.
Yeah, and he
fucking love Val Kilmer. I've got a signed picture of him behind me.
He made a lot of the movies that he was in. So if you think of Tombstone,
yes,
you pretty much first think of Val Kilmer, even though he wasn't a huge part or one of like the stars. You know what I mean? And then in Top Gun, he was, but like,
well, look, both of them. He was a supporting in both of them, right?
But really, like, stole the show, whatever he.
But the other part of this is Bill Paxton is dead.
That's right.
Forgot that he died. And they did a Weird Science one. They got the cast of Weird Science back together for one of those Josh Gad shows, and they couldn't talk to Bill Paxton. Strange, right?
Yeah.
What's yours? What's your go-tos here?
That I would want.
Yeah, if you're pulling it back together.
To see come back together.
I was a gigantic Val Kilmer fan.
I
didn't realize until I put it all together, and I was like, "Holy shit, man!"
Yeah. I would want to see like a Valley Girl, some kind of Nicolas Cage situation.
Oh, dude, you
I
give
would
me
like
Cage
to
back
see,
together. You know, it'd be a good one. One of your favorite movies is Moonstruck.
Yes, that would be a great one.
Because Cher's still with it.
Cher's still with it.
And
she
so is Nick Cage.
dated Nick Cage, I think, for a second, too. So that could be really fun.
Were they boning?
Aiello died.
Aiello's dead, yeah.
They've dated, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe Alec can look that up. But I think they dated for a second. That would be a really good one.
Yeah.
Except for who... It was an older cast, so like Olympia Dukakis, she's gone.
Yeah.
Dad's dead. Aiello's gone. It would really just be Cher and Nicolas Cage, and I would be here for it.
Yeah,
she's
I'd be
alive.
for it.
Sorry.
Olympia Dukakis is still alive.
Sorry. She's one of those where you're like, is she?
Pull that up again. Go
And
back to that Google page.
she is a hoot. So now that would be fun.
This one, oh wait, maybe her husband died, so I'm not going to say that. But because whenever I see a spouse and they got divorced at like this age, where I'm like, oh, 2018. Oh, he died. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Sure.
So she outlived him.
Right.
'Cause I was like, man, did you get divorced when you're 89 years old? She's 89 years old.
Probably not. It's
2018.
possible, but
no, he died.
Not probable.
He died.
She would be fun. The three of them would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good time. That'd be a good time.
It would be a good time. Can't really get an American Beauty back together.
Spacey would he'd do it. He's in.
Of course he'd do it. Josh Gad wouldn't do it. No one else would do it.
Spacey.
They'd be like, if Spacey's doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm sure.
Would there be backlash, I wonder, if I had Spacey on the show? Hammer the like button, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
I would love
I
to.
think people are not too into his antics.
Here's the fucked up thing about Spacey, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was like out of all of the Me Too's and all this shit to go down, he was probably the best actor.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was sad where you're like, fucking.
Because people don't get real pissed if they don't enjoy them as an actor. Like Chris D'Elia is getting fucking trashed everywhere right now because they're like, you know.
We didn't really love him. His stand-up went downhill, but...
So he's getting hammered lately, but like Spacey, and the weird thing is, I can tell you this, he's still getting offers right now. Every day, like no lie. So he's got a manager in town, and the manager says, dude, I'm getting offers every single week for Spacey to come and do something.
Right.
I think, oddly enough, at some point he'll be back.
Possibly. I mean,
If we had him on a show, I wonder what the rage would be against that. I know he did some fucked up shit, and I would ask him about it, obviously.
Sure.
But he also was one of those people where, like, all the other victims that he was, the one kid dropped out because it was, 18 years old and he was getting his dick groped in a bar and they were making out for like 8 minutes on someone's Snapchat and they were like, hey, man, this is a little much.
Right.
And then the other people died. Did you know that?
No.
He had 3 people that accused him of Me Too and they magically all died.
What?
In like the weirdest ways. Yeah. Look up Kevin Spacey's Me Too's that died. It's like one was a masseuse who died in like this bizarre car crash off like the PCH where you're just like, man, it's almost like his character where you're just like, oh yeah, massage therapist. There it is. Go to the HuffPost. Yeah, there it is.
Who accused
Put that up
Kevin
on
Spacey
screen.
of sexual assault dies weirdly.
I told you, man.
Uh-huh.
Is Spacey out there offing people? I don't know, but I think I think at some point he'll come back.
I think he would.
I think at some point he'll come back.
I think he would for sure.
I wonder if we would catch heat for it. Having him on,
Probably, depending on what you asked him. But it's weird that he hasn't done any.
We got real close to O.J. Simpson being on, and there was a few friends of mine that were like, "Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Don't get the juice on." I saw his Twitter feed the other day where he was talking about Black Lives Matter, and he goes, "Man, when are we going to realize that these people are getting killed? We have all the evidence in the world, and nothing's going to change if we don't do something about it in the court of law." And it's just like, hey, man, we had all that in your case too, hombre.
Look, brother.
Sorry about it.
Look, brother.
Sorry about it, Juice. I want to talk about this lady and waving the gun around here in a second. We've been going hard.
Yeah,
here.
we need some
sponsors.
sponsors.
Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 25% off everything in the entire store. You get 2 free pillows with a mattress. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Get 25% off pillows, sheets, adjustable bases. Everything is 25% off. And as always, they get a 36-month pay-as-you-go program that is applicable. It's no interest, and it's applicable with that deal. Best in the business, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Get your mattress on. Next up, StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
Jacked up on it every day.
Yes.
I go Liquid IV morning. I go
Yes.
Strikeforce afternoon.
Yes.
At nights, I go KillcliffCBD.com. The fucking
covered.
Strike Force gets me going in the middle of the day. Lasts longer than 5-hour energy. No carbs, no sugars. They ship everywhere in the entire world. 4 amazing flavors. And it comes in the same box as you get at like 7-Eleven. So you don't have to worry about that shit getting sloppy all over your house. Or you can get this 750 milliliter bottle. This
I
one.
would recommend.
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 Is that way you can just stick your bottle up to it and squirt it right in.
Boom.
Yeah. You're always amped when I put a couple more squirts in.
Yeah, because then I know.
Yep.
I don't have to talk for a minute.
Go to strikeforceenergy.com today. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. Last but not least, Jobless. Jobless. Keeps.com/revolution. Keeps the hair you got.
Yeah.
Ooh. Keeps the hair you got. Free 30-day trial. You're not even asking you to buy anything, dude. I've been using it for 2 months now. I said I was going to use it till the end of the year. Some friends of mine were using it. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. They heard the show. They were like, look, get on the train. See if your listeners will get on it. And see how you feel at the end of the year. So far, so good. I've been keeping. I've been keeping everything. I have a fucking mane, and I lose like a lot of hair when I shower.
Yes.
I know that sounds weird.
No, it's pretty.
But my hair is pretty thick.
Normal, yeah.
Pretty thick, and it hasn't been coming out as much. So who knows? Who fucking knows, man? I think it's working. Go to keeps.com/revolution today. That's KEEPS.com/revolution today. It's free. 30-day trial. Just shampoo you put in your hair. If you're worried about losing your hair, you got to keep the hair you got. Works 90% of the time in dudes, Jabes. Pull up that clip with the fucking dude with the AR-15 and the woman with the pistol. You want to play that on my side? Yeah, fire away. This was some crazy shit. Now, is this guy at his house? Homegirl's just got a little pistol she's waving around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love that they're dressed like they're going to like a polo lounge later.
Is that their house?
Yeah, it's their house. And these protesters just walking down the streets. And now, yeah, homeboy's got an AR-15. She's got a pistol, and she's just pointing it at people.
What are they doing? They're on public property, no?
No, they're on private property because it's their lawn.
Well, but they're on the sidewalk there in the street.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this.
Okay.
Well, she's on her grass.
Well, she is.
She is, yeah. They're there. I guess I don't know if they thought that people were going to bum rush the house or what the story is. I always wonder though in situations like this because we've got.
I love that she's the like main aggressor and he's kind of behind her.
Yeah, with the AR-15.
Yeah, and she's the one that's like, I am gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker.
Now it doesn't appear as if either of them know how to use those weapons whatsoever. But,
the way that she's holding it is
the way
suspect.
that they're waving it around is super suspect. Where you're just like, whoa,
like that's her purse pistol that she's never really shot. So
some people are saying it's a gated community. It's on a private road.
Okay.
These people have no training, but they broke down the neighborhood wrought iron fence to get into the neighborhood is what they're saying.
Oh, well then fuck you.
So, well, if that's the case, and I'm just reading your YouTube comments here, Jacob Nickel and the boys and praying for rapture. I don't know who praying for rapture is, but I like that. Praying for the rapture. I don't know who that is, but if that's the case, then yeah, I mean, fuck. I'd kind of just be posted up on my porch too with everything that I got at that point. But
right?
Strange.
And what is she saying? Get out of here?
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows what she's saying? I saw this clip going around on everybody's Instagram today, and yeah, man.
Okay.
That's kind of where we're at with all this shit.
Sure.
But it's funny that this popped up because I always wondered in Los Angeles what this would be like as well, because there is streets off of like Santa Monica and Pico where it's just like you're just magically in neighborhoods there with fucking multi-million-dollar houses.
Mm-hmm.
What if you just decided to fuck up a house or burn it down? Like nothing's really stopping you at that point.
Well, Ken and Karen.
Karen, right?
Yeah, who said that? Safety First Medical. Way to make us look good, Ken and Karen.
Well, that's what everybody's calling them, Ken and Karen online. So this has been trending on there.
So the male version of Karen is Ken. Love it.
Yeah. I'm for that.
love it. Look at these
Yeah.
two.
Put that picture up there.
I
Look at that. Oh, but ain't
I
that
love it.
America?
I love it.
Home of the free.
Get off my lawn.
Ain't that America?
Literally,
You
get off my
and
lawn.
me, baby.
He's got a good trigger finger there. She does not.
No, she's got her finger on the trigger. That is not
On the trigger,
safe.
and that's a bent. That's a very bent.
Look at it. He's flagging his own
hand.
wife there. He's got it pointed right at her. What if he just blasted a fucking tit off there? You know? That would have been a crazy scene there.
Ken
And Karen,
Ken.
dude. St. Louis couple.
Well,
Yeah.
whoa! All right.
Look at that white rage.
Look,
If somebody
feel
fucking
you,
busts
Karen.
down your neighborhood, though, and in your neighborhood, what
I
are you
feel
going to do?
I feel the frustration from everyone.
What are you gonna
on
do,
all
man?
sides, everywhere.
I don't know about busting
It's
into
just
people's
a lot.
neighborhoods and shit.
I don't know
That's a
either.
little much.
It's a little bit much, yeah, because
Yeah.
they were probably like, we just paid the fucking HOA. Now all that money is going to fucking go to the gate.
I would be
we wanted the
so
pool open and clean.
pissed at the HOA if that
Sure.
fucking happened. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Sure.
Ken and Karen, though, are ready for the fights.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I like that he went pink collar, too, like with that.
I don't know if they were really
bold
planning on any of this.
Well, they obviously had time to go get the fucking guns. It's not like an AR-15 was sitting out by the fireplace.
Yeah,
Or
but I'm
was
sure
it?
they weren't like,
Or was
but I'm
it?
sure they weren't like, oh, okay, well, does this look good? Like, do you know what I mean?
I do. Is that weird?
Yeah.
So I have a go-to shirt where if I feel that someone has broken into the house or possibly broken into, it's on a hanger and it's a Hawaiian shirt. And I put that on every time. I don't
you?
know if I feel like I'm Magnum PI with it or whatever.
Okay.
Or when the cops come, because I know there's going to be body cam footage of it, right?
Sure.
Because obviously everybody wants a stateside kill, and it'd be great to fucking ice somebody who broke in. I think it's everybody's dream, every dude's dream at least, right?
Okay.
I want it. Yeah. So this is it right here. Put that picture up, right? Is that up there? This is what I always think about is like, shit, what's the picture going to be? And if I'm not wearing that Hawaiian shirt,
Right.
you asked me to throw it out during the move. And I was like, no, dude, that's my fucking break-in shirt. Because I sleep shirtless.
Right.
And, but if somebody breaks in, boom, gun's there. And then I put on the Hawaiian shirt and then I roll around. And I want to, if I'm going to be photographed, because it's going to happen one day, boom, it happened to these two fuckers right here.
Yeah.
Looks like Kirsten Dunst might play her in 20 years in a movie.
Definitely.
And that could have been John Goodman maybe 10 years ago.
It's somebody.
But either way, Russell Crowe. Oh, I could see Russell Crowe playing Ken.
Well, he's playing a Ken-like figure anyways right now.
Great. But yeah.
In Unhinged.
Because then you worry. You're like, all right, sweet. Oh, shit.
There he is
There
in
he is.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. Oh, that's right. That movie's coming out soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you always wonder if somebody's going to get that pic of you. You know, what are you wearing? Boom. He's wearing a pink polo. Very Chad.
Yeah.
1988.
Yeah.
Very Chad.
He's kicking himself now about that.
I don't
for
think he
sure.
is, man. I think that's his fucking go-to.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not even mad at it,
Sure.
to be honest with you.
Sure.
It's not bad at all.
No.
You know, for who he is. Khakis, braided belt, pink polo, AR-15.
This is me.
Oh, but ain't
This
that
is-
America?
This is where I live. Rich people have no taste.
Well,
it's been shown
some would
time
argue.
and time
Pull
again.
that picture up one more time.
Look
Yeah,
at,
that one
these
right
are
there.
two. Look at the size of their house, and look
Their
at the
house is
cut
incredible.
of their jib. Like, look at those clothes.
Go to the other picture. That's right next
That's
to
a
it. Yeah, that one.
Chico's.
That
That's a
one. Nope.
Walmart. Like,
yes, that one. Pop that
the
up.
size of their house is insane.
It's fucking amazing, dude. It's great. Look, the house looks gorgeous. I'm not going to bitch about their house.
No, I'm saying like
And their choice of weapons. Like, look, that's probably a nice little polite pistol for her purse. She just keeps that in her, like one of like 3 Louis, you know. She's probably got one in every bag, to be honest with you, and she's pulled this one.
Probably.
But look at his stance right now. You know what I'm saying? It's some old man shit where it's like, dude, he's got some Popeye forearms on him. He was probably, one of those Olympic style lifters back in the day where he just went into the gym and did deadlifts all the time. Mm-hmm. You're just like, oh man, you're just doing fucking deadlifts again today? Is it deadlifts day again? Mm-hmm. But he's got the braided belt on. He's got the khakis and the pink polo. Like, I bet he fucked back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I bet he was like an Ole Miss. He looks like an Ole Miss type guy. Okay. Probably a Delt at Ole Miss back in the day. Homegirl. Look, it's hard to go into her backstory because I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. But she's pissed.
She is pissed.
Definitely pissed.
Get off my
lawn. Get off my fucking lawn. Ken and Karen. Back at it again, though.
Love to see it, and I get it.
If somebody broke in, though, hey, man, I understand it.
Sure.
Look, because how many people were out in the streets there? Probably 50. Looked like a lot. 50, 60.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying those AR-15s are only for feral hogs. They're also to protect your house now,
Yeah.
I just
when
maybe
the
want to buy
protests
an AR-15.
stormed the suburbs, which nobody thought was going to happen.
No.
They're coming for you.
I'd tell you what, if I'm the NRA, I reach out to Ken and Karen. I'm like, hey, man, what do we need?
Let me outfit
What do we need
you.
to sign you? Yeah.
Trial lawyers, Mark and Patricia
McCloskey.
McCloskey, of course.
Shit. I know a Mark McCloskey.
I knew they were a Klosky.
I
knew they were a
McCloskey's
ski.
from. There he is right there. No.
Okay,
no,
so
no.
he was
It's
well
not the same
within his
one.
rights, I believe. He's probably
Trial
saying.
lawyers.
I believe
Goddamn
he's
rights.
probably saying he was well within his rights.
They know the law.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that stance. Put that picture up there. Fucking America. Is that a Bloody Mary right there? Is that a fucking carafe of Bloody Marys?
They were having a Sunday or whenever this was.
I'm all in on Ken and Karen
Good
now.
for them.
They were having a fucking Bloody Mary Sunday, dude.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden, protesters
Here
charge
they
in, and
come.
it's like, God damn it, Karen, go get me the fucking AR-15.
We're well within our rights,
yes,
Karen.
We're trial lawyers.
We're trial lawyers.
It makes
I
me
know
wanna
the
hire
law.
both of them now.
Absolutely. Their practice is going to explode from this.
Holy shit. I did not see that coming, that they were trial lawyers. That's the beauty about going live shows.
I'm loving
Fuck
it.
no, we're
I'm
not going to
loving
quit.
it. I'm
To go
loving
through the
it.
full discovery process of this live on air.
Fun. That's what it's all about.
God damn it. It's about having fun. It's a lot about living, but a little about love as well. And these two fuckers met, at the law firm, making it work.
Yeah.
Making their way downtown. Look at their house.
She might have been his paralegal. He may have been married before. We're not really sure their exact story, but
no one knows.
They are really doing it now.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever it is, they're doing it now.
They had Bloody Marys, and you fucked up their Sunday, dude. The McCloskeys.
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? Yeah, but they're getting off. They're now trending number 12 on Twitter worldwide right now. Ken and Karen. So
I love it.
We should actually change the name of this episode to Ken and Karen, because this is big for me. This whole discovery of this is big live on air. I was not anticipating this at all.
You're really identifying with them.
I love a good backstory like this.
Yeah.
Because if you just see it, you don't really know. And now we were able to dig into their whole past, and you're like, God, the Bloody Marys was what got me. Is that weird?
Yeah, because you were like, I am them.
Probably.
Karen is me.
Throw another 20 on us, James.
Sure.
Is that us or not?
Yeah.
Did she get a bigger gun somehow? Did she go back and get another gun?
I think it's just the angle of that.
Oof.
They're going a little bit more down the barrel with that
Look
one.
how nice their yard is. I don't like people's shit getting fucked up like that,
I bet the inside is a nightmare.
I bet the inside is amazing.
Oh, I bet there's I bet there's a lot of wrought iron, dark tiles, dark.
You think they get a sex dungeon in there?
Tapestries.
You think they get a sex dungeon in there at all?
Gosh, I don't.
I hope so. I fucking hope they do.
Gosh.
Because I think you got to take shit to the next level. If that's on you, right? You got an AR-15 readily available. She's got her fucking pistol there. I think you'd have to, dude. I think you have to have a sex dungeon in your life. Shit's gonna get crazy in there. with 2 trial lawyers too. One of my best friends from college is a trial lawyer. He hates his life, hates all of his shit. Doesn't listen to the show because he doesn't have time.
Sure.
Works 90 hours a week.
Sure.
And he's got all of this shit just because.
All of what shit?
AR-15s, fucking, like all this shit, because he's just like, fuck this. I don't know when the world's going to end. People are crazy. I see it in court every goddamn day, is what he says. They must have as well. And they were like, hey, man, we're loading up, brother. Somebody else has got the Bloody Mary pointed out. Man, if you're having bloodies on a Sunday, Bloody Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
They're already half in the bag. These people are just like walking by doing nothing, and they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Is there an overhead from their house? Oh, so let's see this other shot of the front door. Scroll down. Yes, that one. God damn, that's a nice house.
Meh.
Look at that.
Meh.
James is not impressed. Michaela's not impressed over here. Amazing.
I just thought the inside I know is just the worst.
I bet it's fucking phenomenal.
I know it's the worst.
I bet you their screening room is top notch, dude. I bet you they sat down and watched Scarface that night together on Laserdisc. They were like, let's crack open the Laserdisc. Oh, is that an overhead shot of their house? My God. Put that on screen. That is behemoth.
Nah.
Good for them, dude. James, not impressed whatsoever. Oh, so
I don't see anything I like.
They had to bust through the little gate there to get into their. Oh, they've got a fucking gate. They've got a gate in front of their house. So somebody kicked in the gate and decided to go in.
Shit, and started storming the mansion.
All of that is private property. So yeah, man, I'm surprised on a few bloodies that you didn't unleash. Knowing what you know about the law, I'm surprised you didn't just let a round fly just to do it. I'm not saying kill anybody,
I think they were more
obviously.
Frustrated than they were like gonna kill people.
Yeah, but I'm saying, maybe like right at the feet, like 10 feet before their feet,
Yeah.
Just to let them know that you were serious and that you were also drinking Bloody Marys.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Just a
little scare tactic, but that's a nice house. That's a nice neighborhood. St. Louis. I've only been there a couple times. Not a big fan of St. Louis as a city, but they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Jessie's not impressed. Not impressed at all.
I'd pay 100.
100 grand?
180 for that place.
180.
Not a penny more.
Ooh.
Just because I know I'm gonna have to just completely overhaul the entire
Gorgeous.
thing.
That's almost like a New Orleans style sitch. Man, that's nice. A Jessie, because you're gonna have to overhaul the entire thing. I bet you they did.
I bet you there's a
panic room in there. I bet you they got a full panic room in there as well.
Yeah.
Panic room, sex dungeon, screening room with only laser disc. I bet you they're living
water
their
beds
lives.
maybe.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
But like the kind of water beds that like are firm,
Yeah. The firm water
really
beds. Yeah.
ripple.
Because they got it in like, the early 90s and they're like still believing in it.
Oh yeah.
Son of a bit. Look at he was pimpy back in the day as well too. The McCloskeys. I'm gonna be honest too. You throw a white power name like McCloskey at the end of it. What's the first name you think of when a lawyer comes up? Screech McGillicuddy and McCloskey at your service. McCloskey's a white name for a white Southern lawyer.
Right.
The McCloskeys are here. Oh, shit. The McCloskeys are here. I went off on a rant about lawyers a few weeks ago. It's true. They're all a bunch of shitbags. No matter if they're your lawyers or somebody else's. But the McCloskeys weren't having it. I bet you go and look up gun sales today in Missouri. In Missouri, from the McCloskeys, I bet you they're through the roof.
Yeah.
It makes me want to buy an AR-15 right now. I don't have one, but I'm going to need one in Texas. I have a feeling. You never know what's going to happen, James.
You never know.
I feel like we lived out our own crime corner on the show today.
We really did.
Didn't we?
Yes.
Damn it, man.
Yes.
Fucking America happened today.
It really did. Protect your stuff.
I expect the McCloskeys to have a press conference sometime this afternoon, from the courthouse.
Ooh, that would be great.
I
want to know about that haunted mansion that they live in.
Oh, you think it's a haunted mansion?
Falling apart. It's a dump. But
you were out of your
nightmare.
tits,
It's a dump.
Jessie. Honestly, you
got
were,
mold. I could see the mold on the side.
you weren't a bra today because you were out of your tits over there on this one, man. That's a nice house.
I always wear a blah.
A bra. A bra. A blah, blah,
I
blah.
am not part of the no bra club. Not yet.
Well, if you're out there, you wonder if we support Ken and Karen. Sure, we do. We do.
They probably could have guessed that, right? But we can reiterate that yes, we do support them, even though you guys didn't think for 1 second that we wouldn't.
Whew.
If you know us, and
be
the
honest,
Nooners
though.
do. The
Hang
Nooners
on.
know us.
Yeah, and the Nooner crew's always here. But I'm going to be honest, though. I didn't know how this was going to start. At first, I thought these were kind of crazy people just waving shit
Sure.
around. Then we got to know the backstory of the McCloskeys and the carafe of Bloody Marys, and they were enjoying a Sunday. All of a sudden, they had to go and get their fucking arms. They had to bear arms, you know?
Yeah. And now we have, you just need a hero that kind of looks like you in order to really feel like you can do something great as well.
A Cheeto.
And that's sort of how we feel now.
Ken and Karen, bang, bang.
Sure.
We're with you.
Sure.
I like all that shit. And I can't wait for that press conference. Pretty amped about that. Look, if you don't know the backstory of this, everybody's sharing this video on Instagram. It just looks like two fucking crazy people. You have no idea what's going on.
Sure.
Now we know it's just two fun-loving partiers, had a wild night in the sex dungeon, and then now they're trying to drink it off with a few bloodies.
Yes.
Yes. Go to iTunes and rate Ross Patterson Revolution a 5-star and give it a quick review. It helps scoot us on up the charts. And to all the Nooner crew, we appreciate you being here today. We're back for the week, baby.
Yeah.
Who's first in the room? Ruben Schneider?
Rubes as usual.
Rubes
Jacob
as
Nickel was
usual.
actually here in person.
Yeah, you goddamn right he was.
Last time we got Rihanna, the Hawk. Scaredy Cat's a new one. I'm not sure.
Nooners for life. We got a bunch of new people in here. Jerry Harper, dude.
I love it.
I'm amped about it. And Craig Dulesky, Craigers, our favorite. He started a private Ross Patterson Revolution Facebook group.
Yes.
So you can join that and post whatever you want. We don't give a shit how weird it gets. Don't care.
Don't care. Do your thing.
Yeah, don't
In the
care
name
at all.
of Ken and Karen.
In the name of Ken and Karen.
We have our mascots now. We have our
Live
heroes.
your life. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.